So the Christmas story begins with an elderly couple getting an impossible surprise. Their surprise was a baby boy. This was a wonderful surprise for them. God had finally answered their prayer for a child. But this wasn't just any child. Listen to how the angel Gabriel described their son to be. He will be a joy and delight to you, and many will rejoice because of his birth, for he will be great in the sight of the Lord. The name Zechariah means the Lord remembers, and Elizabeth means the oath of God. When you put their names together, you get the Lord remembers his oath. God had promised to redeem his people. In our Old Testament reading, the prophet Jeremiah wrote, "The days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will fulfill the good promise I made to the people of Israel and Judah. In those days and at that time I will make a righteous branch sprout from David's line, he will do what is just and right in the land." Of course, Jeremiah was writing about Jesus, but before Jesus came, someone had to prepare the way for the Lord. The announcement of the birth of John the Baptist is how God set things in motion to begin to deliver on his promise to redeem his people. And he used an elderly couple whose names put together mean God remembers his oath to give birth to his plan to carry out his promise. Zechariah and Elizabeth's story is not only a story of God being faithful, but it is also a story of God doing the impossible. After doing some research on Zechariah and Elizabeth, I am convinced that God used them to begin his redemption story because they were totally committed to God and each other. In the Jewish culture in the 1st century, if a woman could not conceive a child, it was grounds for divorce. But Zechariah remained committed to Elizabeth, and to his priestly duties. We also know that Zechariah prayed for a child, but Gabriel tells him that his prayer has been answered. Zechariah did not let his disappointment over not having a child keep him from having complete faith that God was in control. And, because Zechariah was steadfast in his faith in and service to God, God rewarded him with a child, and not just any child, but a child that would prepare the way for Jesus to redeem all humanity of their sin. So, what does this mean for us? Yes, God is the God of the impossible. God is also the God of surprises. Someone once said, surprise is a metaphor for God's response to all Earth's heartache. God sprung a surprise on the whole world that first Christmas morning. The Jews wanted a big, burly, handsome Messiah ready to gather an army and defeat the hated Romans. Instead, God sent a baby from a poor carpenter's family. Surprise! The lesson is that you never know when God is going to answer a prayer, or bring some blessing to you. Therefore, no matter how hard things get, we must keep our faith in God. We must keep climbing the mountain in front of us, because there just might be a heavenly surprise around the corner. So, what have we learned today? John's birth will be a joy and delight to his parents, and many will rejoice because of his birth. This is great testimony that God is the God of the impossible and God of surprises. And, how should we live in light of what we have learned? Again, no matter how hard things get, we must keep our faith in God. We must keep climbing the mountain in front of us, because there just might be a heavenly surprise around the corner. Thank you for watching. If you appreciate the content of our work and found treasure in it, please give us a thumbs up right now, hit the notification bell icon to receive notification for upcoming videos here at Victor's Nook. Until next time, and join us this season of spreading the joy and glad tidings to those around us, and let us continue to learn, live, and lead a victorious life. God bless.